Dad loved a lot in life, Jolene said from the front of the room. He loved basketball, he loved hosting parties that lasted hours past when they were supposed to end. He loved watching my brother, Henry, play his guitar. He loved pulling pranks on me, especially when I needed a laugh. Jolene paused for a moment to keep the tears from straining her voice. He always seemed to know when I needed one most. I know, of the many things he loved in life, he had the most love for our mom. Their love is something I've always looked up to. It is a love that is rare and precious. And while my heart breaks because I have lost my father, it breaks even more for my mama, who has lost the love of her life. The quiet room of people in black clothes remained quiet as they looked toward her. Sniffles broke into the silence. Jolene raised a glass up toward the mourners, and they raised theirs in return. Thank you all for coming out today to support us and show us how much love Dad had earned back from the love he put into the world. Amen, a man's voice boomed. Amen, the rest of the room echoed. At the same time Henry called back instead with, from dust to dust. The room grew loud again, as it had been before Jolene grabbed everyone's attention to say a few words. She turned to her brother and her husband, Tom. She rolled her eyes at the two of them swaying and smirking together by the bar cart in her parents' living room. Jolene had no doubt that Henry had been the one egging Tom on with the childish peer pressure of one more shot. Despite the slightly embarrassing way they huddled over the whiskey, giggling about something, Jolene loved how well they got along. She felt lucky that her family was so close, that her parents treated Tom like one of their own, and she adored how Henry acted like Tom was the big brother he'd always hoped for. Then she remembered once again, the heartbreaking reality that their family unit was broken and shrunken, when she'd been expecting it to keep growing. The reminder that her dad was gone, that he would never be able to comfort her in the moments she felt life getting too hard, that she could never hear his voice say, "You're making it too difficult, sweetheart," again, made her suddenly need the comfort of her mother. "Have you seen Mom?" she asked the guys, looking around the living room. "She's probably upstairs hiding from this," Henry said. He wasn't wrong. Their mother, Rachel Milton, was not a fan of social gatherings or crowds. If it had been Rachel's choice, this whole event would have been a small ceremony in the backyard with just her kids and a tightly rolled joint being passed around. But so many people had loved Lawrence Milton, and she wasn't going to deny them the catharsis of mourning at his last, great party. Jolene went up the stairs and the sounds of the mourners grew muffled as she walked down the hallway of framed family photos, toward her parents' room. She found her mom sitting.